Hello, everybody. As always, I'm KW. And if you've ever gone into a music store and asked for a discount because you've spent thousands of dollars there, but not done the same thing at a grocery store that you've spent $1,000 at, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Today, gang, we're going to be reviewing the SM7B, an iconic dynamic microphone. Stay tuned. All right, gang, as always, in every segment that I do, we have what's in a box. So what do you get in your box with your SM7B? Well, obviously, you get your SM7B right here. Again, iconic microphone. If you're looking at these, if you've heard of these, you know exactly what they look like. Just a really, really sturdy, awesome microphone. Does come with a reducer as well, which is pretty neat. So if you do want to put it on a boom stand like this, you can. Now, if you are going to put this on a more traditional mic stand, you're going to want to take a screwdriver or a pair of pliers and lightly turn that and screw these out so you can then mount it onto a more conventional boom stand, which is great. One of the other things that they give you in the box, and there's a few things you could probably see here, is a secondary wind filter, which is pretty cool. This one's a little bit bigger, and I definitely recommend this one, especially if you have heavy plosives, meaning your P's, your L's, a lot of things that force a lot of air into your mic. Some people will even put a windscreen like you see in typical studios in front of them. And this kind of negates that. So you can just use this. And then if that's not enough, I bring back the other one. This will, if I remember correctly, I haven't had to do it with my mic, but you can put this on and this will actually, I've seen it fit over this, but it doesn't look like it will. I have seen it fit over these before, but in this case, obviously, it's either not stretched out enough or what have you. But pretty cool that they do add this on for you. They do give you a second reducer, which is really, really neat. In case you lose your main reducer, like I've done on a couple of my SM7Bs, you do get a brass reducer. And again, you can just screw that inside the mount here, and then again this allows you to adapt to smaller screw set types for boom arms like this, or if you have a small portable boom arm stand or tabletop stand, this will allow you to utilize those. Now, with that said, some of the smaller stands, this mic does come in at almost a pound and a half, a little over a pound and a half. I think it's like 1.65, and we'll talk about that in the spec. So you do want to make sure you have a stand that can hold the weight of this, which is great. Also within the box, they do give you a switch plate cover, and we'll talk about the switch plate in the specs as well. And this is pretty cool. Most people aren't going to mess with the switch plate, excuse me. But if you do have settings that you're going to use and you want to be able to protect that and not have people mess with it, this is a great thing to have. And then there's some M3 sticky things in here. I'm not sure what they're for. I tried to figure this out, ask people, and I can't seem to get a straight answer. But one of these days I'll open it up and find out. So that is what's in the box. You get the SM7B, the extra windscreen filter. You do get a brass reducer and the little M3 things and plate cover. So not a bad thing to go. One of the things I do recommend as well, if you're going to purchase this microphone, is also to get a cloud lifter. It's a shame they don't include these with them, or at least tell you it's something you're going to need. And this basically just kind of boosts the signal. And I'll talk about this also in the specs. So that's what's in the box, gang. We'll come back. We'll talk about the specs of the microphone, and we'll go from there. All right, welcome back, gang, and now it's time for the tech spec. So I brought up all the information here on my phone. I just want to make sure I give you proper detail information on a couple of my videos. I may have been off specs, like on speakers at like 5 dBl or something like that. And it's not that I've gotten chewed out for it, but I do make corrections when they're told to me. So we'll just start off with the proper specs. So this is a dynamic microphone, meaning you don't need phantom power to use it. It's not a condenser mic. However, with that said, SM7Bs are notorious for being low output. So what you're going to want to get, as I mentioned in what's in the box, is the cloud lifter. Basically what this is in a nutshell, it's basically a signal booster, to put it in layman terms. And when you do use this, whatever you're plugging it into, whether it's a Scarlett interface or a Rodecaster like I'm using, or a Mixcast from a Tascam or what have you, you're going to want to turn on your phantom power, and then you'll find that the performance of the SM7B actually improves the overall signal. So again, that's a something that isn't mentioned when you buy an SM7B, so I just want to throw that out there in the tech specs. It is dynamic. However, you are going to want to get a cloud lifter if you can. The pattern is also a cardioid pattern. So think cardioid or cardiology. The pattern's like a heart shape, and it's a pretty tight pattern. If you do crank your level, your gain, you can get an okay signal 5, 6, 7 feet away. But, in this case, you don't have to be kissing the mic. You can be kind of back like I am and still get some good signal from it. Speaking of frequency and output impedance and stuff, the frequency on this is 50 hertz to 20 kilohertz. The output impedance is 150 ohms with a sensitivity of a negative 59 dBV. It does have a low pass bass roll off, which is cool. The color's black, obviously an XLR input. The dimensions are almost 7.5 inches at 7.49 inches by 2.5 inches. And as I mentioned before, and what's in the box, this does weigh 1.69 pounds, and the accessories included are the windscreen and the extra switch plate. And then something about these switches I get asked about a lot, and you can see them right here. These control your mids, lows, and highs. You can kind of adjust those, and a lot of forums, etc., suggest you don't mess with them. You can take care of what you need to in edit or on your mixer or in post edit. And if you're not going to mess with these, just take that back plate, screw it on there. It just takes a small Phillips and a couple seconds to put it on, and it just says Shure on the back on the plate in case you forgot what you bought, or you just want to show off that you got a Shure SM7B. So again, gang, that's what's in the specs. If you have any questions more about the specs or the microphone and its performance, feel free to leave a comment down below or what have you. And we're going to get things situated, and we will do a final thought on the Shure SM7B. Until then, gang. Welcome back, gang. So here's my final thoughts on the SM7B. Again, as I've mentioned before, this is an iconic microphone. It's been used by such artists as Bob Dylan, Sheryl Crow, Green Day, Metallica, and you can also see the microphone being used in popular podcasts such as the Tim Pool Timcast and the Joe Rogan Show. Now, this isn't the end-all be-all for studios. If you're looking to upgrade to a more professional looking and sound quality microphone, obviously this is the flagship in my opinion. You can go a little less expensive if you want to. If you want to stay into the Shure line, I definitely recommend looking at the Shure MV7. That is a USB and XLR mic. They also make the MV7X, which is just an XLR, and you still get pretty much the same excellent performance of the SM7B at a more affordable price. Another great microphone to look at is also from Rode, and it's their Podcaster mic. Those run about $100, and you can get 4 of those for the price of one of these, especially if you're looking to, mic up yourself and maybe 3 to 4 individuals, other individuals, for a podcast. So in case you have guests, etc. So those are definitely some things to think about. But again, you're not making a wrong decision going with this mic. At the time of purchase, these things were going for $399. I did buy these secondhand at Guitar Center, a little bit cheaper, and that's a great way to get these mics as well. You can get them gently used. Guitar Center, Musician's Friend. I would even, check your local Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, because $3.99, especially at this time with inflation, etc. $400 is a lot to spend on a microphone. So with that said, gang, excellent microphone. If you're looking to step up your game, like I had mentioned before, get this mic, learn to use it. And it's also great, not just for broadcasting, but you can use it musically as well. I have seen people use these to mic up guitars, to sing in vocally as well. It's not just a broadcasting mic. So as always, gang, if you have any further comments or questions, feel free to put that down below. If you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button and hit the like. Also hit the little bell notification so when I do put up new videos, you are notified for that. And as always, gang, no matter where you are, be sure to love each other. And as always, love, peace, and chicken grease. Take it easy, gang. Ciao.